Greetings, everybody. Chris Hislop from the Montana World Affairs Council. And this is What, So What, Now What, the international affairs program that connects you with an expert on the issue of the day. And in just 5 short minutes, you become the expert. I am extremely pleased to have a very close friend of mine, an international education and media affairs expert, Ester Veldhuis here, coming all the way from Amsterdam. And Esther, how are you, first of all? Nice to see you.
Very nice to see you. Thank you for having me. I'm well, thank you.
I'm so glad that you could join us, because in the news here in America and around the world are stories of protests, not only in the Netherlands, but in other places in Europe. But since you're in Amsterdam, I wonder if you could tell our viewers a little bit about what's going on.
Yes. Last Friday evening, what started as a Corona demonstration ended with riots, people injured. There were many arrests. It was a total violent explosion. The police even felt like it was necessary to shoot people. It's a total miracle that no one was severely injured. It expanded from Rotterdam to other cities in the Netherlands, to The Hague, to Groningen, and other cities. And there were, of course, also football hooligans, but it is basically a very difficult time for young people in this. And this was not only young people, but there's a lot of unrest due to the what they call the 2G measures that the government has announced, that you need to be either vaccinated or cured and be able to show your QR code everywhere you go. But it was a poisonous cocktail and an outburst of anger, which also combined the fact that football matches cannot be watched. Fireworks, which is a big thing on New Year's Eve here, is banned. So there's a lot of people that are very angry about it. And it was the night, it was sales night. You have that once a week. So there were a lot of young people on the streets anyway, and the cafes close at 8 o'clock. So I didn't think it was much premeditated by these groups, but it was definitely the combination of these facts and a lot of people being in the street and being very angry about how things go at this moment in society.
And Esther, when you now see what is happening there with these protests, can you help us also understand, the so what of the matter? Like, why does this matter for the Dutch? Maybe why does this matter for Europe? And why does this matter for the world?
Well, I think it's this polarization is what we see in many countries in the world at this moment, and it's a vertical polarization of the citizens against authorities. So here, police was attacked, even fire brigades, the ambulances were attacked. So it's people feel like their freedom is under attack. Their fundamental right of speech is under attack. So there is a lot of explosiveness and radicalization of groups in society, and I think that people don't feel listened to. I think that this is politicians are not listening, and it's a chronicle thing. It's not an incident, and this is happening anywhere. It's happening in many places in the world. And so it's not only about the measures of Corona, but it's definitely something that goes deeper, and it boils up a lot of anger in people.
I see. Well, I mean, that's really interesting, the way you connect the dots, both what's going on now with the football matches and looking ahead and connecting this with the bigger issue. And so the other difficult question is to look into your crystal ball and to let us know, what do you think, Esther? What might we see in the Netherlands? What might we see in Europe in the coming weeks and months regarding these kinds of protests?
I'm afraid that it will radicalize more. I mean, that the intolerance will grow, that the polarization will grow. And I think it's really important for politicians and people in charge to listen to these voices and to have a good dialogue in society at many different levels. So I'm not very hopeful of this being solved soon, and I think it's really important that politicians look into the different angles in which you can look at these different things that happen in society, and don't come with empty promises, but come with something substantial that will give people hope that something will, for the positive, will happen. There's so much frustration and stress, and which causes unrest, and these voices need to be taken seriously.
Well, here, Esther, I think what you've described as the social frustration, and then also the hope that our political leaders will make good on listening and taking action, is a sentiment felt around the world, not only there in Amsterdam. But Esther, thank you so much for sharing your views on this important issue of the day. I also want to quickly thank the sponsors, which are the Dennis and Phyllis Washington Foundation, Allegiance, and Stockman Bank. They help us bring this and many other programs to you. Esther, we wish you and your family well in Amsterdam. But thank you all
Thank
very
you.
much for viewing. Take care and goodbye.